The legislative session gets underway for the state of Montana, and in the conclusion of a four-part series of reports, MTN Chief Political Reporter Mike Dennison talks to us about one issue that could provide the legislature with some twists and some turns: health care. Helena kids begin the back-to-school migration starting tomorrow. Welcome back and thanks for watching. MTN is proud to present a preview of Under the Big Sky. It's a new documentary series focusing on the places and people that make Montana so special. Two men in custody tonight after a suspected burglary near Wolf Creek that led to a shooting and a brief manhunt.
In tonight's special report, MTN's DennisCarlson visits with a pair of Helena industry clients who use their abilities to gain independence.
Martha has worked at the Helena McDonald's for 22 years. Lisa works at the Good Samaritan thrift store. They also hold down jobs at Helena Industries. Lisa does finish work on next-generation wildland firefighter backpacks at Benchmark's industrial textile shop.
I'm working on these big red bags with the yellow tabs on them. Sometimes they're tough to turn, but we just have to make sure all the threads are clipped and all the staples are pulled.
Martha mails out Montana tourism packets at Helena Industries mailroom. They're two of more than 90 people with disabilities served by Helena Industries at their vocational campus and thrift store, and 60 people who are served through the community placement program.
Find an employer that has a similar goal of needing a job, a real job, and filling that position. And that's what we do. We facilitate, we work with both the employer and the individual to achieve that common goal.
A real job, a real paycheck, and a real place in the community.
Everybody in this community is a valuable member of our customer base, our employees. It's all part of just a great community in Helena.
They participate in a lot of events out in the community, Live at 5. They're there all the time.
Two friends, inseparable for decades.
We call them Martha Lisa. It's one word, because you see them everywhere. They dress alike. They're just so good for each other. They have a real nurturing relationship.
With help from job coaches and employers who see their potential, Lisa and Martha succeed as employees and community members.
And everybody should come to work happy and go home happy. That's our goal here.
Cook your own meals, watch the TV programs you want, go to the job you want, and just lead a happy and productive life.
For the most part, Lisa and Martha succeed because of themselves. They put in the time, they do the work.
So whatever they want me to do, whatever Paul asks and tells me needs to be done, I do it.
And it's just so wonderful that people open up their doors, their hearts, and allow people to blossom in this fashion.
Lifelong friends.
We've been roommates for a long time. We still are.
Conditions up on the hill today are what?
Disgusting.
Welcome
to winter.
Yeah.
Lost traction, slid off, had some lane blockage, got them back on the road, and we're just asking all the semis to put their chains on before they come up here now.
Thought we'd be done with us for the year, but you're never sure.
Tell me about the road surface conditions with this storm blew.
Real bad. They were wet from all the rain that we got last night, and so now we have a buildup of ice and snow on top of that and slush.
Advice for travelers today and tomorrow.
Wear your seatbelt, drive slow.
Whenever you're on a flight line, you remove your headgear. You understand? Yes, Sergeant.
90 young Montanans are learning firsthand what it's like to be a U.S. Army recruit.
So, about face, look at me,
Under the careful instruction of drill sergeants.
Why are you forming a new rank with just you two on the left?
They're going to get a good
On the left!
learning experience from this.
The Devil's Brigade Warrior Challenge is a 3-day event that prepares individuals for basic training.
When you go to basic, you're expected to be that top 1% of America that knows exactly what they're doing.
Hopefully they gain a little bit of motivation, get a little bit of experience, and just become better soldiers in general.
Whose decision was that?
I do not know, Drill Sergeant.
The recruit units will be competing with one another through a variety of challenges.
Red phase test, which is your basic Army knowledge, obstacle course, physical fitness.
It must stay in its spot, Drill Sergeant.
Stay planted.
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
The goal of the exercise is to prepare these young individuals not just for what they'll experience in basic,
Are you here to get better?
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
Exactly!
You know what to expect when you get there. You're more physically ready, mentally ready.
I know it's only a short period of time, but they will be different from today and then on Sunday.
But also for a career in the Army.
I hope to succeed through my NCO career and hopefully become an officer one down the road somewhere, but I'd like to experience as much as I can while I can.
Reporting from Fort Harrison,
Did you understand?
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
DennisCarlson, MTN News.
A very, very tough case, and especially to be drawn out over 2 years.
2 years ago, Daylene Rindahl was charged with 34 felony counts of animal cruelty for starving more than 30 horses at her Rocky Acres Animal Sanctuary outside of Townsend. Today, in a plea deal with prosecutors, she pled no contest to 5 felony and 10 misdemeanor counts. County Attorney Corey Swanson told Judge James Reynolds that he had more than 30 witnesses lined up to testify against Rindahl.
And/or failing to provide the animals with food, water, and nutritional support of a sufficient quantity and quality to sustain their normal health.
Swanson is recommending that Rindahl be given a 5-year deferred sentence on the felonies and 10 years deferred on the misdemeanor charges.
It's been extremely taxing on this office.
Under Sheriff Brandon Harris wrote the original search warrants that led to the horses being seized by the county 2 years ago. Since then, deputies and volunteers have spent countless hours caring for the rescued animals.
It's been good. It's been a very rewarding experience. I know there's a couple deputies that have worked closely with the horses every day, even going out on their days off just to work with them and give them that person contact and care.
And as part of her plea deal, Rindahl finally relinquished title to the last 8 horses in this case. Soon, they will be up for adoption.
I really hope that some people start coming back out now. Horses will be available to be adopted out.
Reporting from Townsend, DennisCarlson, MTN News. It's driving day for the Junior Police Leadership Academy.
They really show them the mechanics of, a little higher speed driving.
So they get to see a wide variety of different areas of law enforcement, not just being the street cop.
I think it's awesome. I think it's a great opportunity. Even if you don't want to get into law enforcement, it's great just to make new friends and you get to meet some of the police officers all around the state.
Fully turn your wheel, other direction.
Like the rest of the academy, the training is hands-on.
It's all right. It's all right. We got time. Remember to honk your horn before you back up.
Sorry.
Or, in this case, hands on the wheel, feet on the accelerator and the brakes.
Today, of course, we're on the driving track where they're going to get an opportunity to experience everything from backing to driving to learning how to operate a vehicle safely.
All right, stop.
Participants learn how to handle a car in skids, how vehicles behave at high speed,
All about the steering and braking and weight transference,
the importance of seatbelts, and how to handle.
How long have you been driving? Long enough.
Or how not to handle cars.
Watch it, you're gonna hit.
In tight spots.
Look at that. There you go.
Angle.
Push it out of the way a little bit.
There you go. The goal of the academy is to help these young people develop into young leaders.
I want to go into FBI or SWAT agencies.
We just get to see that growth, and for us, that's just phenomenal. Plus, they're just overall great students, and we just enjoy being out here with them.
Reporting from Helena,
It's ugly.
DennisCarlson, MTN News.
These children are our most important resource. The last thing they're thinking about is traffic coming to and from and around the bus.
With school buses back on the road, it's time for drivers to pay extra attention.
Especially when you have little kids who don't have enough knowledge about what could happen if a car hit them.
And budget for a little extra travel time.
The most dangerous part of a child's day when they're being transported on a school bus is the loading and unloading.
The law is very clear. When this sign is out and the lights are flashing, whether you're on a 2-lane road or a 4-lane road, for the safety of children, you must stop.
People don't realize that when there's the double lanes, that they have to stop, even though they have their own lane. And the traffic that's oncoming also has to stop. They don't see that the stop sign on our bus is no different than a stop sign at a corner or a stoplight.
If a child was to come out and you had to stop, you're too late.
And with the days getting shorter, an extra note of caution is needed once loading and unloading of kids starts taking place in the dark.
The only reason that these buses are slowing down is to pick up or drop off the children. And when those red lights are flashing and that stop arm is out, never should we pass a school bus with those lights on and the stop arm out. That's for one purpose, our children.
Reporting from Helena, Dennis Carlson, MTN News.
It was rusted through in a ton of places, so a lot of work had to be done to fix it.
It was in tough shape, but not in that bad a shape for a 1954 item that's been sitting out in a field.
After 3 months of work by these Helena High students, the original Last Chance tour train is about to get a second chance as a jungle gym.
But I helped start with the design for the new roof, the new arches and that. I helped draw up on the computer.
The little engine had been sitting in a field in Jefferson City for an unknown amount of time before it was shipped to Helena High's welding shop.
So our students got a lifetime skill that most kids do not receive in a welding shop. They took an original item, had to put a frame in it, modify it, and then make sure it's a safe item.
It was new to be working on something old and trying to make it new.
The project presented the students with plenty of problem solving and new experiences.
Putting a new front end on, we had to cut off the right side to put a new side on, and then we had to put a new black back plate on the back, and then put new wheels on and put a steering wheel in, and then redo the entire interior cab.
Next stop for the engine is sandblasting and a paint job, and then it will go on display for a while at least at the Montana Historical Society, home of the current tour trains.
It's pretty satisfying. A lot of hard work went into it.
If you're taking something that means something to somebody else already and making it new to mean something to more people, to new people.
Perfect. Taking a rusty and worn bit of Helena history and making it new again. That's what makes these welding students a class act. Reporting from Helena, Dennis Carlson, MTN News.